magfo-focus tayo ngayon sa pamilya. So, ano ba ang mga components ng pamilya, ng isang pamilya? So, there are 12 components on how to focus on the family. So, number one, actually naka-general na po ito. So, number one is lifelong commitment. So, bawat isa po sa isang pamilya ay merong lifelong commitment. Sabi nga po sa Hebrews 12:2, sabi doon na looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endures the cross and despising the shame and had sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. So this verse po is nagsasabi ito na ang Panginoon is meron siya ang author and finisher ng our faith, ng ating faith. And dahil po doon sa cross, yung commitment ng Panginoon sa atin, kahit na maraming pinahiya siya ng mga tao or kumbaga na sat down siya dun sa na-sat down siya, parang kumbaga kinutsa-kutsa siya ng mga tao. So, mga kasama tayo doon. So, yung Panginoon, yung commitment niya sa atin is hindi pa rin nagbabago. Sabi nga po dito, a couples who stick together understand that marriage is a sacred and solemn mystery in the eyes of God. As a result, they enter the relationship with the attitude that divorce is not an option. So, yung ibang mga hindi nakakakilala sa Panginoon, nagiging cause ng kanilang paghihiwalay minsan or nagiging yung result is napupunta sa divorce. Why? Because merong sa kanila na wala, kumbaga ang Panginoon ay wala sa kanila. So naiisip nila na mas yung divorce is an option para yung kumbaga hindi commitment na yung dun eh. Kasi divorce is parang divorce is an option, and they understand that marriage is a lifelong adventure filled with triumph and defeats. So, yun po. A lifelong commitment is a sacred and solemn mystery in the eyes of God. So, number 2 po is shared spiritual intimacy. So, in Ephesians 2:20, sabi po doon na having been built on the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Jesus Christ himself being the chief of cornerstone. So, ang foundation po ng mga apostles and prophets is si Jesus Christ. Diba? Meron nga pong kanta na yung cornerstone. So, si Jesus ang ating cornerstone and siya ang ating bato. Kumbaga, He is the rock and our salvation. So, thriving couples have deep and shared faith. They consciously regarding Christ as the foundation of their relationship. So, yung pong triangle, di ba, yun paulit-ulit po yun sa atin. Nire-remind na si God and the couples is nasa sentro ang Panginoon. And they consciously regard Christ as the foundation of their relationship and understand that a genuinely Christ-centered marriage is a marriage in which both partners actively acknowledge the presence and the authority of God, and where Jesus makes an observable difference in daily lives. So, number 3 po, positive communication. So, in James 1:19, so then, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear and slow to speak, slow to wrath. So, ang communication po is the one factor po sa pamilya. So, communication is the heart and soul of any vibrant relationship. Successful husbands and wives understand this. They prioritize communication and approach it as a process involving openness, empathy, and a deep heart connection. They are quick uh, to listen and slow to speak. They ask questions and try to enter into one another's thoughts and feelings. So yung positive communication po isa to sa uh, one of the factors ng pamilya. Bakit? Kasi doon mo malalaman yung effective communication kapag kumbaga may mali ang isa or merong pagkakamali ang isa, kung parehas kayong nag-open sa isa't isa and walang lihiman, mas mabibuild yung yung relationship nyo, and of course mare-resolve din kung ano yung mga bagay na kailangang i-resolve. So, sa number 4 po, healthy conflict management. Ephesians 4:26, be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your wrath. So, dito po, couples who go the distance recognize that spousal conflict is inevitable. They know that the secret of their success lies in the way they handle this conflict, and they embrace the concept that God uses this bumping and trying to cause them to grow. So they keep short accounts and never let the sun go down on their anger. So ito po, healthy conflict management, maganda din po kasi na uh, yung example na lang din dito sa Ephesians 4:26 na to. Kapag nagkaroon kasi ng conflict, ang sabihin na natin sa isang mag-asawa, wag, kumbaga ang katuruan ng Panginoon is bago bumaba ang araw, kailangan kumbaga na i-solve nyo na yon. So, paano kung halimbawa na nagkaroon ng cause na hindi natapos ang araw na hindi kayo nag-usap?
Paano pag gabi?
So, yun. So, para hindi magkasala ang bawat isa kasi, mas maganda na yung, kumbaga yung ating puso is kailangang para hindi ka magalit, wag kang para hindi ka magkasala, wag ka na lang magsalita. And those fire kasi na nagbabanggaan ang bawat isa, mas malaki ang impact na nagkakaroon ng maraming nasasabi ang bawat isa. Yun ang nagkakaroon ng pagkakasala kasi nasabi mo na hindi mo na may power ang mouth natin. So once you voice it out, mas kapag nasabi mo na hindi mo na siya pwedeng hindi mo na siya pwedeng bawiin pa. So, excuse me. Number 5 is spending enjoyable time together. So, most couple, kailangan po ito, and nakikita ko po dito sila brother dudes. So, thriving couples are intentionally about spending enjoyable time together. So sabi sa Philippians 1:8, for God is my witness how greatly I long for you, all with the affection of Jesus Christ. So they build their relationship upon the foundation of shared values, interests, and goals. They schedule regular date nights and outings and develop meaningful traditions and family rituals. They also know how to maintain a healthy balance between the togetherness and independence. So yon, not only na magkasama kayo, you also give an time also sa bawat isa kung ano yung kanilang kagustuhan or yung hobbies nila. So, yon paminsan-minsan kailangan din ng mga mag-asawa or ng isang pamilya na magkaroon ng time togetherness. Kahit minsan yung iba kasi yung pakiramdam na 'pag magkakasama kayo kahit nandiyan lang kayo sa labas or salo-salong kumakain, it's an enjoyable time and a precious moment from each of you na nandoon. So, cherish. Sabi nga sa Luke 22 verse 19, and he took bread, gave thanks and broke it, and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." So, this verse po is cherish. Why cherish? Because nung ginawa po ni Jesus Christ ito, this is the moment na bago siya, di ba po, ipagkanulo. So, this is one of the cherished moment para po sa kanya. So, successful marriage are made up of two people who intentionally treasured and honor one another. So, bawat isa po, there are cherished moments also. They do this by keeping a conscious account of the things they value about each other. So, yung valuable things ng bawat isa, yun yung parang chini-cherish natin. Just as Jesus established the Lord's Supper as a memorial of his redeeming work on the cross, they commemorate the blessings of their relationship in a tangible and physical way with gifts, celebrations, and meaningful mementos of significant occasions. So, di ba po minsan kapag yung pag may mga bagay tayo na kumbaga parang bago sa atin or nagsasama-sama tayong magpapamilya. Katulad na lang po ng reunion. Bawat reunion may kanya-kanyang moment. And yun, may naiiwan sa yung kumbaga na-cherish mo yung moment na yun. Nakasama mo yung mga kapamilya mo. So, number 7, nourish. So, in Hebrews 3:13, sabi po dito, "But exhort one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin." So, kung may cherish, may nourish. So, nourishing is a matter of discovering your mate's love language and learning how to speak it. It's, di ba po meron din 5 languages of love. So, yun, isa din po yun sa sa, I think naging topic na before. It's about building each other up in active, practical ways and encouraging one another daily. It involves nurturing your spouse's strength and supplementing his or her weaknesses. This implies a significant investment of time and energy, but it's an investment that pays off in a relationship capable of weathering any storm. So, ito yung parang nourish, kumbaga, kung ano yung weakness ng bawat isa sa pamilya or yung nag-i-encourage kayo ng bawat isa, yun ay napakagandang components ng isang pamilya. Kumbaga sa love languages nga, di ba, pinag-aralan ito before. So how you will deal with your spouse or your family members. So number 8, shared responsibility. In Galatians 6:2, bear one another's burden and so fulfill the law of Christ. So, couples with vibrant relationship find ways to resolve the issue of male and female roles between themselves with scripture as their guide. So, based on scriptures pa rin po tayo. yung lahat po ng ating yung pong ating role is nasa Panginoon. They talk openly about their expectations and personal preferences and hammer out a God-honoring plan that preserves fairness and equity in the way it divides household tasks and responsibility. Their goal is to bear one another's burden and function as a team. So responsibility, responsibility, ito po ay katulad na lamang po sa, actually, napansin ko to dun sa ano kapag merong family day ang isang bata sa school, kapag yun nga yung parents nandoon and yung mga children, so doon nabibuild din yung ano nila yung pamilya as a team, kasi nagtutulungan sila. And not only that, na yung example din dito yung sa bahay na lang, so may kanya-kanyang responsibilidad ang bawat isa. And not only na hindi lang ito kumbaga ginagawa mo ito dahil sa Panginoon. And also, yung para mapabilis ang isang bagay na isang gawain, mas maganda na nagtutulong-tulong po ang bawat isa. So number 9, mutually satisfying physical intimacy. In Philippians 2:4, let each of you look out not only for his own interest, but also for the interest of others. So, thriving couples regularly celebrate their marriage with passionate sexual intimacy. So, they don't regard sex as a chores or obligation, but a delightful dance in which each spouse puts the other's needs and interests ahead of his or her own. At the same time, they never lose sight of the fact that sex is not the only elements of a vibrant marital relationship. They understand that satisfying physical intimacy also includes plenty of affection, tenderness, warmth, and physical touch as well. So, dito po, physical intimacy, so ano nga po yun, di ba? Nasa Bible naman po yun na ang bawat mag-asawa ay sagrado at may basbas ng Panginoon tungkol dyan sa intimacy as the physical intimacy. So both of them, meron tayong parang kumbaga kailangan ibigay sa bawat isa, sa bawat mag-asawa, kung ano ang pangangailangan ng bawat isa. So ayun, hindi siya, it's not an obligation, but it's sabi nga po dito, a delightful dance para para yun sa yung asawa. Not only the needs, syempre, but but yung satisfying physical intimacy, nandoon po yung affection, yung love, yung tenderness, tsaka yung warm na pagmamahal ng bawat isa. So number 10, coping with changes, stress, and crisis. So in 1 Peter 4:12, beloved, do not think it is strange concerning the fiery trials which is to try you, as though some strange things happen to you. So coping with change and stress and crisis. So paano po tayo makaka-cope sa pagbabago at sa mga stress? Yan, stress lagi po yung nasa parang madalas laging nasa trabaho. So, successful couples don't consider it strange when external trials and pressures come upon them. Instead, they prepared for hard times and make provisions for seeking outside help when it's needed. In all kinds of adversity, they take pains to anchor their marriage to the solid rock of faith in Jesus Christ. So, ito po, sabihin na natin, kapag nasa Panginoon tayo, hindi mo maiisip na may stress ka or meron kang kina ah, crisis, sabihin na natin. Kasi alam mo, maiisip mo na God is our strength nga, 'di ba? So, sabi nga dun, yung stress is ano yan, strength natin sa Panginoon yan. So, remove the toxic negative thoughts. Much better na lagi tayong mag-iisip ng positive thoughts kasi mas mas yung kumbaga nagkakaroon ng positive energy not only sa atin pero dun din sa ng mga nakapaligid sa atin. And although there are lots of tensions minsan na nangyayari sa trabaho or sa mga nakapaligid, but then when you think of it, ikaw yung ikaw yung kumbaga magiging nega. So much better na yung mga tensions na yon, let the Lord or God guide you na lagi kang gabayan sa lahat ng gagawin mo at sa lahat ng pagdidesisyonan mo. So, example na lang din kung bawa wala na tayong financial na God is providing God. So, bakit mo iisipin na magkakaroon ka ng krisis sa financial kung alam mo sa sarili mo na ang Panginoon ang siyang magpo-provide ng iyong mga pangangailangan. So, ayun po. In 11 po, community-minded. So Galatians 6:10, therefore as we have opportunity, let us do good to all, especially to those who are all the household of faith. So healthy husbands and wives realize that they need other people and other people need them. They are intentional about connecting regularly with other like-minded couples. They stay engaged with nurturing communities of all kinds and make a special point of maintaining an active involvement in the local church where they have many opportunities to give and receive spiritual support. Katulad na lang po ng ginagawa natin ngayon. So, DPM and this Wednesday is a couples daily prayer meeting. So, ito po is isang kind na nagpapalakasan ng bawat mag-couples and also not only yung nagpapalakasan but encouraging dun sa mga ibang couples din kung ano yung na-experience na or naka-experience na ng mga bagay ng ibang mga couples. So it's encouraging one another. So 12, healthy individuals. So sabi nga po sa Galatians 6:4-5, but let each one examine his own work and then he will have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another, for each one shall bear his own load. So a thriving marriage is made up of two thriving individuals. It can only be as strong as its component parts, namely the husband and wife. It's a blending, not a cloning. Blending. Ibig sabihin, kumbaga sa parang sa boses is may nagbe-blend na alto, soprano. So, blending. Ganon din po yun sa mag-asawa. Not a cloning o hindi yung nagsasapawan or hindi yung nasisira, kumbaga hindi na-align of two distinct personalities. Common sense itself suggests that healthy relationship emerge when healthy people come together in a healthy, and positive way. So this means that there's a place for appropriate self-care and self-improvement in any marital relationship. So both of husband and wives has may kanya-kanya pong components, personalities, and yung bawat mag-asawa. So kapag yun po ay nag-ignite, mas maganda na yung kumbaga sa blending na magandang pakinggan or maganda yung harmony. So ayun po, those 12 na nasabi ko po is lahat po yun is related po sa family on how to focus the family. So those are the examples lang po na aking na tackle. So, yun po. To God be the glory.